Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this month's virtual brew. Glad everybody could make it. My name is David Gaucher, and joining me today is Miguel Martinez. Miguel is on our technical support team. He's been with AI for about a year and a half and is an expert on Survey Manager, which is what we're digging into today. As we're getting into the thick of survey season, really just wanted to equip y'all with best practices for getting your data to and from the field as efficiently as possible. If you go to the next slide there, Miguel, kind of getting through some of the craziness of survey season, of the event season, but we still have a decent amount of opportunity to get out and see y'all here coming up. In about a month, we're going to be at the American Waterworks Conference, and then in the same week up in Oklahoma and Norman at the OU Corrosion Control course, 72nd annual. Then over to Missouri a couple days later for the Mango Pipeline Safety Seminar. And then in July, we have one right in our backyard, the Railroad Regulatory Conference here in Round Rock. Be over at the SGA Operations Conference in the end of July, and then in August, we'll be at the Louisiana LGA Pipeline Safety Conference. And then, of course, couldn't move on from events without mentioning our annual AI World Users Group Conference, beginning of November. Those dates are locked in, November 1st through the 5th. And we'll do, kind of the typical, what we've done the past few years, training on Monday, and then content Tuesday, Wednesday, with a visit to our office and practical hands-on on Thursday there. It is in a new location this year, different from what we've been doing the last few years. It's going to be closer to downtown on 8th Street. So walkable, lot of stuff to do down there. Hope to see everybody there in November. And without further ado, I'll pass it over to Miguel.
All right. Thank you for that, David. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah, got you loud and clear.
All right. So thank you for taking the time to see us here on this virtual brew here. I just want to give a quick agenda here, as we're getting ready into the survey season. Like David said, just want to give you guys some best practices here for people that are currently using Survey Manager, as well as giving you guys a quick overview of some of you who maybe are interested in the product and anyone else who just wants a refresher. So we're going to go over kind of the setup of the wireless integration. We're going to go over the process from developing your survey in PCS and sending it to Survey Manager, how the wireless integration system works, and just giving you guys some kind of management tips for your sidebar access within Survey Manager. And while we're going through this, if anyone has any questions, we are lucky enough to have David here to answer any questions if I'm not able to get to them in time, and we will get started. So just a quick introduction here. Survey Manager is a web-based app that you can use to centralize your data in a graphical sense using a map-based workspace. And this allows the technicians to see their data in a more graphical sense where they're able to lay out their test points or any other type of facilities that they're taking their surveys on. This is including closed surveys and direct surveys and facility surveys. And one of the key points of Survey Manager is being able to close the gap between, say, office workers and technicians out in the field. You guys are able to instantaneously send survey data to and from each other, make corrections, and be able to see real-time data of any surveys that are currently being taken. And it allows you to clean up your data and identify any kind of errors that you need to adjust and trends, any kind of anomalies that maybe you're not used to seeing in just more of a more database-like setting. So first things first, what you want to do is with the PCS data system, you want to link that up with your Survey Manager. And this is usually done through a process that's called setting up your wireless token. In the video here, you can see playing. Basically, what you want to do is in Survey Manager, you want to click on your title of your profile, and you'll go ahead and you'll click on the integration tab. Once you do that, you'll be able to see an option to generate a token. This is a unique identifier that you will paste inside PCS. Once you have that set up, now PCS is now linked up with your Survey Manager. Then what you'll want to do is you'll want to send the survey to Survey Manager, and you'll want to set it up in PCS. So this includes making your selections in the hierarchy. You can do this by either making selections in the hierarchy itself, going and selecting each line or segment that you have. You can also build a route and select this route for sending to Survey Manager. So you'll basically just go to field computer send, and after you've taken a look at your prompts, and just as a reminder, these prompt themes, this is the section where you are adding your information and inspection fields that are going to be sent to the field data collector app, whether that's on an iPad or we also have our Mesa 3 tablets. And once you check that, you'll basically just want to include all of your facility types. Here in this video that's playing, you can see up at the top, we have your list of types of facilities that are to be included in your survey. You'll just check the box for those, for whichever ones you want. And then you'll give the survey a name. And in your options tab, there in the middle of the screen, what you'll want to do is you'll want to select Send to Survey Manager. And then you'll go ahead and hit apply. And then if everything looks fine, then you'll go ahead and hit send. And if everything goes well, what's going to happen is you'll see that pop-up screen that's going to say send complete. And now you have taken the survey from PCS to the cloud storage, and it is now prepped for you to be importing it into Survey Manager. The next step we have here is importing the survey on the Survey Manager platform. Once you sign into Survey Manager, you're going to want to go to your navigation bar on the side. This navigation bar is basically where you're going to house and organize all of your surveys. So once we have the survey sent from PCS to Survey Manager, what you're going to do is you're going to make a selection in your navigation bar. That could be either a technician name, that could be any type of survey. There's multiple ways to organize this. And you'll click the plus button for Survey Manager. And in that, there's a window that's going to pop up, and it's going to say import from cloud. If it was successfully sent, it's going to show you that the survey that you sent is in that list at the bottom. And then you'll just go ahead and you'll import it in. Once you do, you should see the survey pop up on the navigation bar on the left side. And now the next step, once your survey is in Survey Manager, you're going to want to use the function we call the group function, where you're going to make selections of the facilities that you have included in the survey that was sent. So in this video that I have here to the right, I have a few test points that I sent to Survey Manager. And all I'm doing right now is selecting my points. There is two windows on the bottom that I would like you to be aware of. The one on the bottom left being currently viewing group, and there is another window on the right-hand bottom side. This is called the groups in sending window. There are multiple ways to add points to your group window. You can use the map function, which is not currently here on this video, where you can view the map, and once the survey is set up, the survey does need to be included with coordinates. so your latitude and longitudes. And with those, it will show up on the map. And we have what we call a polygon tool, which is basically a tool where you can make a container around whatever points are on the map currently, and you can select them and group them together, and you'll be able to add them to the bottom right window, which is the currently viewing group, where you'll be able to see all the points that you're adding in preparation for sending that group to the field data collector app. There is also a way to do this within the table pane, which is the way that I've done it in this video here. All you would need to do is use the control and click on whichever points you want. And then when they're done, you'll just right click on any of the highlighted points. And it's going to give you an option to add to group window. And you can do it this way. There is also an option to just add all the points in that bottom right currently viewing window. And this way you can add them all. And then you can also delete them or remove them from the group window if, say, you're not needing to add all, but there's just a few of them that need to be removed. And then once you have the survey with all of the points that you're intending to send to the field data collector, you're just going to want to go ahead and hit a save button on the bottom right there. And then what it's going to do is it's going to ask you to give the survey a name. And upon that part, once it's completed, it's going to transfer over to the right. You'll see in the video, I have created my group. And now that it's on the right side, all I want to do is I just want to go ahead and assign it to any technician that is currently has access to Survey Manager. And you'll be able to notice the flow of the group that was sent to the FTC by our status window. Once it's assigned properly from Survey Manager to the FTC tablet, what you'll see is that the status is going to change from assigned, meaning that it has successfully left from Survey Manager and is waiting for the FTC app to receive it. And then once you have the FTC app open and you see the survey and you open it, the status is going to change to in progress. That means that the user has successfully received the survey. It is on their tablet and they are ready to conduct their survey at any time. Once you're done with your survey, what you'll want to do is you'll just want to take the survey and send it back to the cloud or back to Survey Manager, where the data will automatically be synchronized and you'll be able to view it. There is an option where on the survey on the FTC app, as you can see in this picture here, you have upload, export, survey. These do serve a different function. Exporting the survey creates a file of the completed survey itself for you to upload to PCS or other staging houses that you might have for it. And then the upload survey is actually what you're going to want to use to ensure that this gets back to Survey Manager. I know in the past working that this can be some confusion, and it's just always a good fact to remember that upload is usually synonymous with the wireless function of Survey Manager. And once you do have the survey uploaded, you should, in the second picture here, you'll see our data is now viewable in the Survey Manager with the completed points. You can see here, I just added some data and sent it back just so that I can verify that one, the connection is working, and two, that the data is correct. So, like David said, in preparation for your guys' survey season, we just kind of wanted to give a few pointers about the sidebar access management. There most of this stuff is in control of the admins for your company. They have the ability to organize the sidebar based on how they would like and what users are allowed to have access to. Generally, in the experience that I've seen, most companies, what they will do is they will either just have a list of the surveys on the navigation bar, or they'll have their technicians each have their own slot, as you can see in this picture here. The latter being what I consider a better organization method, because now by having a slot for each individual user, you're able to have clearer definition on what that technician is working on. And this also is a good pointer for, let's say you have contractors, you can manage who has access to what. So for instance, if I was a contractor and I was working and sending surveys, these would be uploaded to the contractor tab, and you'll be able to know that any work that's being completed by the contractor is going to fall in line with this organization method. And again, all admins have the ability to simply click on their name, profile name on Survey Manager, and use the sidebar access function. This includes getting access to the indirect survey, the facility survey, and snap view modules within survey management. And in consignment with our real-time issue resolution, one of the highlighted points of using Survey Manager, again, is being able to send survey data instantaneously for Survey Manager users to view it immediately and notice any type of inconsistencies or issues with the data that they're seeing. So for instance, here I have a picture where I've entered in incorrect data. And then what I would do is I would go to the back to my survey. So I don't need to send a new survey. I don't need to send an entire survey. I can just send that one point or that one facility in question and reopen the same survey on my tablet. I can enter in new data, like you can see in the picture next to the first one, where I've entered incorrect data. And now in the bottom there, you can see that that correct data is there, and you can verify that this is the most recent record because you can see my last sync date being with the first time that I sent my data. And in Survey Manager, you're able to see when a survey has new data for you to view as the individual user. And on the navigation bar, based on how you want to organize this, that is also a big feature that we noticed technicians like. They don't want to have to scroll through each survey they have and verify that data has been uploaded, because we have a feature on the navigation bar where it's highlighted. Anytime that there's a data change, you'll be able to see that, and you'll be able to manage your data integrity at a faster pace. And just wanted to see if there were any questions that anyone had at this time. Do we have any questions in the chat, David?
Hi guys, my name is Nita. I am on the marketing team here at American Innovations, and looks like David's having a little bit of technical issues. So I'll just jump right in. Miguel, looks like David has a question.
Sure.
He was asking, is that something field users can modify, or does admin have to? I think he was referring to something you were presenting a little bit earlier. Butch asks, is the real-time data review only in the latest version of FTC?
So for the second question, the real-time battery, that is, I believe, in the most recent version. Currently, we are on version 2.3, and I think it's with the current version. As far as for the first question, if they are asking if the navigation bar is modifiable to, let's say, a regular tech user versus an admin, the user does have the ability to organize this, and I know some admins might have a concern. Well, if my technician is able to reorganize this, they don't want them to. That's where the sidebar access comes. So if I have 3 groups in my survey manager, and I don't want the other groups to have access to the other users tab in Survey Manager where they're housing their surveys that they're currently working on, you can manage this in the sidebar access so that a user in, let's say, group 1, their sidebar access is modified to where they only see their tab in the navigation bar.
I think Chris asked, can we get your contact info in case we have any questions setting up or using this system? And Chris, I know we have a great big support system here. And we can, after the presentation's over, send you Miguel's information and get y'all connected directly.
Yeah, absolutely. And we also have our technical support line, and we do have our email as well. So by using those avenues of communication, our team on the technical support side will be able to see that, and you're able to call in anytime between our working hours, which are from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Were there any other last minute questions?
Looks like that's it. Appreciate everyone this morning. If y'all have any follow-up questions, Nita dropped our support contact there. Feel free to reach out. Happy to help assisting, any additional questions about Survey Manager. Thanks. Have a great rest of your week.
Thank you, David.